Hello, everybody, and welcome into the Kocsis Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, Christian Kocsis. Today, we're going to be getting into a little Thursday night recap, a little Thursday night football recap. Lions at Chiefs. Lions win 21-20, and a little bit of a preview for this upcoming weekend and some quick picks. I'm going to give you guys my picks for who I think each team is going to win this week. So last night, Lions beat the Chiefs 21-20. Chiefs are without Travis Kelce and Chris Jones, who was oddly enough in a skybox, in a private box at the stadium. Cameras, were showing on him. I thought that both defenses were a little impressive in this one. Obviously, the Lions defense had that pick six that Kadarius Toney basically threw. If you guys seen the picture circulating on the internet, it's perfectly thrown ball right in his hands. Pops it up, pick six Lions. Kadarius Toney, honestly, I've never seen a receiver single-handedly lose a game for a team before, and he's definitely shares a massive portion of the blame for this one, and I think that a big portion of this game is actually on him. Mahomes was good all night. Mahomes, was throwing on the money throws, was playing very well. I'm curious to see the PFF grades and stuff for this week, and some more advanced stats on the week, but I'll get into all that next week. But he was playing very well. Everybody outside of him on the offensive side of the ball and the offensive line played very poorly. Lots of drops, lots of just dropped balls and missed routes, and it just doesn't look good. The Chiefs need Travis Kelce back. And the Chiefs need somebody to step up in a big way. Nobody stepped up in this one. Like I said, Kadarius Toney had multiple drops, and obviously was responsible for at least 7 points on that pick six. Directly, indirectly, missed first downs that would have gotten probably continued on to touchdowns that had field goals instead. So responsible for a lot of points. As far as the defenses go, I thought the Chiefs' secondary and linebacking core played great. I thought the defensive line was actually getting some pressure on Goff. Defensive line struggled stopping the run. That's probably where they missed Chris Jones the most. And they probably could have brought down Goff a couple more times if they had Chris Jones in, at least another sack, maybe two. But the Lions defense played well, good as well. Very hard. I thought that their secondary played pretty well. C.J. Gardner-Johnson was a phenomenal add for them over the offseason. I think the Chiefs definitely win this one. Obviously, if Travis Kelce's playing, but if Kadarius Toney's hands work, they win this game, obviously. But, is what it is. Lions won 21-20. David Montgomery got a lot of work. They're going to really ease Jahmyr Gibbs in, so don't be too worried about him. I thought that, he would get more work to start, but Montgomery got a lot of work, got 21 carries. Wasn't very efficient with them, 74 yards, but he did score that touchdown. Josh Reynolds was another surprise, 4 catches for 80 yards. I thought that he had a chance to, perform, given that he was the second receiver behind Amon-Ra St. Brown. I actually had him in a couple DFS lineups, a couple cash lineups. So that part was pretty decent for me. Laporta, 5 targets, 5 catches, 39 yards. And I'm curious to see what the snap counts were between him and Brock Wright. But he definitely looked the part. He looked very good. He looked good in space. He made some good catches. The sky's the limit pretty much for this guy, because 5 catches for 39 yards in your very first game as a rookie tight end is kind of impressive. So he's just going to build on this. It seemed like it was kind of 50-50 between him and Brock Wright as far as snap count goes. So, if he can get up and just keep building on that snap count, keep getting more snaps, running more routes, I think that he's going to have a pretty solid season. He's, somebody that soared up my ranks just from, this game. That I didn't expect. Rashee Rice caught a touchdown for the Chiefs, rookie receiver, second-round pick. For what it's worth, I know it's limited, one game, a few targets, few catches. He looked pretty decent. He did have a drop, as far as, as along with most of the other Chiefs receivers. But for what it's worth, Sky Moore didn't score a touchdown all of last year. His first career touchdown was in the Super Bowl. So for Rashee Rice to go out and score a touchdown his very first game, I know it was without Kelsey, but to score a touchdown his very first game, semi-impressive. So let's go ahead, move on from the recap. Let's get into the quick picks. I'm just going to pick the winner for each one of the games on Sunday and Monday night. And then I'm going to give you guys the total points scored, I think, for Monday night. So the Panthers at Falcons. Falcons are home. I think the Falcons are going to take this one. They're favored by 3.5. I think they're going to be able to run all over the Panthers. I think they're going to be able to play some solid defense against Bryce Young in his very first game. I think all these rookie quarterbacks are going to take a little bit to kind of get used to the game. So I think Falcons are a decent team. I think that they are a little underrated. They could push for this division. I think the Saints are the better team, but they also could push for a wild card spot. So I think that they are severely underrated in that sense. Bijan's going to have a good day. So I think that the Falcons win this one. Bengals at Browns, I think. So the Bengals are a 2-point favorite. I think that they should be more like a 5.5-point favorite, to be honest. I think the Bengals win this one. I don't think it's very, I think it's, maybe within a touchdown or two, but I don't think that it's going to be 2 points close. I don't think they're going to win on a field goal. I think the Bengals win this one pretty easily, especially with Joe Burrow back. So he was a full participant in practice. He's on the way to, he's on the road to play. So the next game, Jaguars at Colts. Jaguars are definitely going to win this game. A line of 5 points is kind of disrespectful to the Jaguars. To be honest, I think they're going to handedly win against the Colts. Anthony Richardson's going to struggle in his first game, and the elite Jaguars offense is going to pick apart this non-existent Colts defense. So -5 for the Jags, definitely something, that I'm going to be all over. Bucks at Vikings. Vikings are 5.5-point favorites. I think the Vikings win this one. I have the Bucks with 2 wins this season. They have a tough schedule, not a super talented roster. Kind of banged up offensive line. Outside of, Chris Godwin and Mike Evans, not much on offense. I mean, Rachaad White is more of a fantasy play than he is a real-life great running back. Baker Mayfield, he was one of the worst quarterbacks last year. So, he lit it up in the preseason, but, that's the preseason. So, we'll have to see, maybe he can turn it around. Maybe he can't. I don't know. I'm not really banking on it. So, I have them for 2 wins. Maybe they could get up to 3 or 4 wins, 5 wins, but I think the Vikings win this one. Titans at Saints. Saints are favored by 3 points. I think the Saints are a good bet here. The Saints are going to win this game. The Saints are the better team. Yes, they're without Alvin Kamara, and Kendre Miller is banged up, and they're going to be with Jamal Williams, but I think this Saints defense is good. I think the Saints offense got a lot better this offseason with Derek Carr, and as well as Chris Olave going into his second year and Michael Thomas getting healthy. Alvin Kamara fixing those muscle imbalances he had in his legs. He's looking more explosive, although he's not playing this game. So I think the Saints win this one. I think it's a fairly close game, but definitely have the Saints with this one. 49ers at Steelers. This is a game that I've gone back and forth with a lot, and it was very close for me without Nick Bosa. But the Shanahan came out and said the only way Nick Bosa would now not play since he got his contract done is if he had a beer belly, and he came into camp He came into the team completely out of shape. That's not the case. He's going to play. Even if he plays a limited amount of snaps, he's going to wreck the game. I think the 49ers win this one. They're favored by 2.5. I can see them winning. I can see it being a close game. So, I'm really high on the Steelers this year. It just so happens that this is a hard game for them. So I think that the 49ers take this one. Cardinals at Commanders, -7. The second biggest line of the week. I think the Commanders take this one. The Cardinals are a completely abysmal franchise with completely destroyed roster with no offensive talent outside of Marquise Brown and James Conner. And, yes, Conner and Marquise Brown might be fine for fantasy. I think Connor is going to be great this year for fantasy, just given the total volume of touches he's going to get. He's a great pass catching back, and they're going to have to pass the ball a lot. But I think the Commanders definitely win this one. I think Sam Howell could come out and prove and make this a real statement game to put a cherry on top of that phenomenal preseason he had. If he is able to do that, then the Commanders might be in good shape if he's able to actually come out and be that quarterback that he was in the preseason during the regular season. Texans at Ravens. Ravens are definitely going to win this game. They're minus 9.5-point favorites. That might be a good line. Texans are going to struggle in this game against the Ravens, especially, CJ Stroud's going to struggle, not just because he's a rookie quarterback in his first game against a good team, but their offensive line's lost 3 starters in the last week or two. And I think that it's going to be a very, very, very hard time for the Texans. Lamar Jackson's my quarterback 1 on the week. I think he's going to, and Mark Andrews my tight end 1 on the week. I think they're going to hook up for a touchdown, and the game's not going to be all that close. Packers at Bears. Bears are minus 1-point favorites. I have the Packers winning this one at Soldier Field, and I think that Jordan Love's going to come out, have a statement game, show he's actually a decent quarterback. He's actually good. He had a great preseason in my mind. Showed some flashes, made some good throws, and I think that he's going to come out. This Packers defense is good. They have some pieces on offense. If one of Christian Watson or Romeo Doubs are able to play, this is going to make me even more confident. If neither one of them suit up, then it's, I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up because he has, Jordan Love's not going to have really many weapons. So if both of them miss, Bears probably win. If one of them play, at least Packers win. Justin Fields not a great passer. I think that the Packers are going to really force him to run, which is the way that the Bears win games. If Justin Fields runs, he's dynamic. He was one of the most explosive rushers last year. He was actually the most explosive rusher according to PFF and Next Gen Stats. So interesting game. It's a very close line. I'll take the Packers. So that's the first underdog that I've taken. The Raiders at Broncos. Broncos are 3.5-point favorites. This is a game, another one that's kind of a pick'em to me. Broncos are without Jerry Jeudy. But the Raiders are not a great team. And Sean Payton coming in, I think he's going to be able to get his guys ready, at least for this first week. I think Broncos win this game. Eagles at Patriots. Eagles are minus 4 favorites. I think this game's going to be a lot closer than people think. I'm not picking the Patriots to win, but taking the Patriots plus 4 might be a decent play. It's Marco Piemonte's, pick of the week is the Patriots to win this game. I think that the Patriots can keep it a close game. I think they have a good defense. I think they have a solid offense and good pieces around Mac Jones. I think that the Eagles' defense is extremely decimated, and people are really undervaluing that and underrating the losses that they suffered. So give me the Eagles, but in a close game, Patriots plus 4 probably. Dolphins at Chargers. Over-under is 51 in this one. I think that this is going to hit the over. The Chargers are minus 3 favorites. I think that this is going to be an extremely high-scoring game. Both defenses are, lackluster. I think that the Dolphins secondary has been banged up without Jalen Ramsey. The Chargers defense is full of talent, but consistently underperforms. I think that this is going to be a flashy shootout between Justin Herbert and Tua Tagovailoa. I think Tyreek Hill's my number 1 receiver on the week. I think Keenan Allen, Mike Williams get involved. Quentin Johnson might get involved a little bit. And Gerald Everett, I think, is going to, he has a good chance of catching a touchdown this week, so he's a good DFS. I think he's a great DFS play. Might be one of the top waiver ads once he goes 4 catches for 50 yards and a touchdown or something like that. So Dolphins, are going to put up a lot of points. Chargers are going to put up a lot of points. As far as the winner, give me the... give me the Dolphins to come in to LA and upset the Chargers. 3-point underdogs. Give me the Dolphins +3. Give me the Dolphins to win this one. I think Tua is going to come in. They're going to put up a lot of points. And, yeah, give me the Dolphins in this game. Rams at Seahawks. Seahawks are -5-point favorites. Give me the Seahawks. Seahawks offense is elite, has elite weapons around Geno Smith, who is a good quarterback. He is a good quarterback. Last year was not an outlier. He was one of the top passers in the league, according to Next Gen Stats, and according to, he's led the league in completion percentage. The Rams are without Cooper Kupp. I think they make it a close game. So +5 for the Rams might be a good play. I think they keep it a close game, but the Seahawks win. Seahawks also have an elite secondary, really underrated. I think that they take this win. Jackson Smith and Jigba's playing as well, and yeah, they're going to get the win. Cowboys at Giants. Give me the Cowboys -3.5. That is an absolute steal. I think it's not really even going to be that close. People are really overrating the Giants this year. I think the Cowboys are going to win by a touchdown or two. And this 3.5-point line, it should be like 6.5 points. Bills at Jets. Bills are -2.5-point favorites. Give me the Jets in this one. Jets +2.5. Aaron Rodgers coming in Monday night, prime time. Him and Garrett Wilson have been absolutely electric through camp and through the preseason. This Jets defense is one of the best in the league. If not, it could be the best in the league. If the 49ers didn't exist, I would say that they're the best maybe. But the Cowboys also have a great defense. So it's kind of those three. The Jets, I think, come in, at home. Aaron Rodgers' first game, I think they get the win. So give me the Jets. So just to recap before we go, I have the Falcons, Bengals, Jags, Vikings, Saints, 49ers, Commanders, Ravens, Packers, Broncos, Eagles, Dolphins, Seahawks, Cowboys, and Jets winning this week. Thank you all for watching. As always, if you enjoyed the content, head to the description, check out my socials, join the Discord for everything accurate and up to date. I'm going to be out of town this weekend, so I'm going to be posting a lot on social media and Discord, but not really updating any videos on YouTube. So check out the socials, and always, if you're looking to get into content creation, making videos, live streaming, Streamlabs Ultra is the way to go. Check out the description on this video. Sign up for your membership. You're not going to regret it. It's super easy to use, easy to navigate, affordable, and it produces great content. So my name is Christian Kocsis with Kocsis Sports. Thank you guys for watching, and have a great weekend.